1 more than 5 times a number is less than or equal to 10. We have to translate, and then we have to solve. So I need to go through and I have to figure out what these words mean. 1 is 1. More than. Okay, now here with this, be careful about this. You have more. You have more than. And you have is more than. The word more means plus. The word more than, the phrase more than, means plus. The phrase is more than is the greater than symbol. So you need to know those. So here we have more than, but it does not have the word is with it. So this just means plus. And we have 5 times a number. Well, 5 is obvious, times is obvious, and a number is used to represent x. Now we have the phrase is less than. So this is another of those ones where you have to be careful. You have the word less. You have less than. And you have is less than. Less means subtract. Less than means subtract. And is less than is your less than symbol. Also, with less versus less than, you need to remember when you have that word than in there, you need to flip the order. So what's in front of the word less than, the phrase less than, goes to the end of the subtraction problem. So back to our phrase up here. Is less than. It has the word is in it. It means the less than symbol. And then it has or equal to. So this is telling me to put that extra little bar under my less than symbol. And then 10 is just 10. So putting this all together, 1 plus 5 times x is less than or equal to 10. The translation is done. It's easier now. Order of operations, going backwards because I'm moving across the inequality sign. There's my x. I ignore the other side of the sign. I look for add and subtract over here. I see I need to get rid of the 1 there. What I do on one side, I do on the other. So now I have 5x is less than or equal to 9. X is not yet alone. I need to divide that 5 out. What I do on one side of the equal sign, I do the same thing on the other. Even though it's not an equal sign, we still follow that rule. Now the 5 cancels the 5, and I have x is less than or equal to 9 over 5. I have my answer. X can be any number that is less than or equal to 9/5. The perimeter of a rectangle is to be no greater than 100 centimeters, and the width must be 15 centimeters. Find the maximum length. So we're talking about a rectangle. It may help you to draw a picture of a rectangle. We want the width to be 15 centimeters. And we want the perimeter, the outside edge, to be no greater than 100. So I have 15 centimeters on two of the sides, x on one side, x on the other side. The perimeter, when you add all of these together, so 15 plus 15 plus x, is to be no greater than 100. So it must be less than 100. And then we have to ask ourselves, is it allowed to equal 100? Yes, it's not allowed to be any greater than 100, but it is also allowed to equal 100. So I put my equal to sign on there too. Straighten this up a little bit. 15 plus 15 is 30. X plus x, 2x. Carry down the rest of the problem. I have my equation. I now know what to do. Solving for x. I need to move the thing that's being added or subtracted. I subtract the 30. What I do on one side of the equal sign, I do on the other. So now I have 2x is less than or equal to 100 minus 30 is 70. X is not alone yet. I need to divide the 2 out. 2 cancels 2. I have x. 70 divided by 2. 35. Keep my symbol the same. And now, because it's a word problem, I need to include my units on it. Centimeters, centimeters. We're talking about centimeters here. The length can be no greater than 35 centimeters. So you're allowed to use the same words for the less than or equal to thing. Is to be no greater than. Or you could say x must be less than or equal to 35 centimeters.